as far as like a selling point, uh, as far as a selling point, uh, some people like, some people don't like Brundle.
Yeah,
Some people do.
yeah, that's
You
true.
know, everybody
Some people
like the
die for a
fun.
brindle. I
You say what now?
say some people will die for a brindle. That's all they want. And some people don't like it, like you said.
True.
Right. And then some people like like the buckskin and the fawn color dog. People like people that like that color too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a fact. So when you talk about color, what's one of your what's one of your favorite colors?
Fawn.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
what about you, Gr?
I don't favorite color, man. Kind of hard to say, man. Like I always love a red pit bull though. Something red, you know what I mean? That dark
Yeah,
red color.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Or I like that fawn too. That champagne white chest
Hmm.
type shit. Hmm.
For me, I like to say tries. I like the tricolor. I like the I like chocolate tries the most. That's like one of my favorite colors.
Yeah, I
I
gotta
would say,
agree with you on that one.
yeah. Um, it just and then with the puppies when she had the puppies, and then the different patterns the puppies get from those colors, I just
Hmm.
think them Jones is good. Um,
I like the chocolate try.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
like the lilac try.
yeah, I like
Like
that
the black.
lilac with the
Yeah, I
white
like the
legs and
black.
shit.
Yeah, but I like the chocolate try. Yeah, I like it. I like the. I'm gonna tell you what I really like. The Trundle, the Trident Trundle.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
yeah. I like trundles. Yeah.
I think the first time I saw that pattern was on a game dog, like in
hmm,
2000. It was a black
yeah.
tri Trundle.
Hmm.
Right. Do you think color could color could be your puppy could be telling you like, hey, I can do this. Like, say you had a dog that can sniff out raccoon. You know what I'm saying? You got a red dog that can sniff out raccoon, and he always throw red dogs, and those dogs like, hey, they naturally sniff out raccoons. You think color could be beneficial in that way? Not saying none of the other puppies not picking up that trait, but you like, oh shit, that's a red one. He's gonna naturally pick up raccoons. You think that could be beneficial?
I no, not really.
Yeah, me either.
I don't think the
No.
color got anything to do with the trait of how of the
But
dog.
if you breed that way, you can know like, damn, that's a red pup. This is what they gonna do. Shit, maybe you know what I'm saying. Say the dog can fly. It don't have to be raccoons. You feel me? But I think if you breed that way, like boom, every red dog I breed, this he's gonna do this particular thing that I bred him to do.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, I mean, yeah, yeah. But
Cause
I
like
mean,
what is it? Like pointers and shit like that. When they see something, what they do, they point. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, but they come in like one pretty much basic one color.
Yeah,
That's
the
what I'm
one.
saying.
Yeah. Oh, so you saying if that was the only color for that dog?
Not like that, but
That's
if
what you
you
said.
breed that way, if you start breeding that way, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they had to do that to get that point. You know what I'm saying?
Uh okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Maybe I went too far left for y'all or something. I don't know.
No, no, no. Because I was trying to figure it out. I was like,
Just like we was talking about earlier, like white dogs are prominent to like deafness and
yeah,
blind, but black dogs rarely get deafness and blindness. So you would breed a black dog to your white dog to try to
get some
wipe that
color.
out, right? That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I think when color come in effect though, I think it also comes from Let me see what I got on my Doro notes. Uh, yeah. So when you just like what you talking about, Gr. So when you blend in a type of phenotype together,
Hmm.
um, that's when you can get different genes and genetics. And for instance, like a capitalized BB would have the color of chocolate and brown fur, right?
Hmm.
And a dog with the lowercase two BBs would throw a yellow dog that
The
has
recessive.
capital B and a lowercase b, and that would
Hmm.
throw a tri or smut color.
Yeah, because
So,
he received the dominant and the recessive.
right, right, yep. So when you talk about the color, I mean, hey, that's you know that's important. Now, let me ask you this: do you feel like you're now? I know Yella, like you got pits, so like you only gonna get brindles. What you might get some chocolates, uh,
Brundle and Fawn.
fawn.
Yeah.
So I
Just like
Black.
wonder.
just like with the pit bulls, like with any dog, rather like green eyes is rare. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So if you want to keep breeding it, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's something rare. You know what I'm saying? So that color is sometimes important.
So do you
Yeah.
go out? Do you go outside of your yard and bring a different color in to try to um, put a different color in your yard, or you just keep on producing like the same type of color, like bucks? Like for instance, if you just got buckskin dog.
Uh, I breed the same color. I hadn't had any problem even when I dealt with the bullies. I like the fawns, and I produce fawn colored fawns and blue fawns like for years. So it was. I never had any type of deafness or any skin allergies or nothing like that. And
Ever.
I know I bred that color. I know for like 15 years. Yep. And never had no type of problem, no type of skin issues or nothing like no deafness, none of that.
Yeah, bro.
Mm.
That's what I be saying, Yellow, bro. Like, I wonder what these other breeders ain't doing or what they are doing. Because I don't have them health issues like that, bro. Like, that shit new to me. Like, even as a kid, seeing my uncles and shit do this, they would never know disabled dogs and shit, dogs looking like they got autism and shit. You know what I'm saying? Short tails, cricket tails. It was never none of that shit.
Hmm. I
So
think
when you
So it's kind of strange to have to like push health on dogs. You know what I'm saying? When you grow up seeing healthy dogs.
hmm
so Gr, you never had a Merle that had no problems, no death, no eye problems, no skin, none of
Nothing,
that.
nothing, bro. Even with the accidental murder, like they was good. Even
Mm.
though temperamental problems. That's a genetic thing too. They
why
always
Hmm.
say,
why why do
Merles
why
have
do they why do they say don't breed Merle to Merle?
because they can get deaf or blindness from it
Okay.
Mm.
because it's like a too many copies of the same gene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that Merle pattern kind of starts when their eyes and ears start forming. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind
Mm.
of attached to their eyes and ears type shit.
Hmm. Got you. That's crazy that you just never had no problems though, man. Like not one deaf Merle, no blind Merle, nothing.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Because they say that Merle to Merle could be lethal.
It could be that. I think that's when people keep doing it over and over. Like it'll be signs, you know what I'm saying? It'll be
Mm.
signs like one of them is like them glassy blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? You're going too far, you can fuck up.
Mm.
Or too much white on the body,
Mm.
stuff like that. Yeah, it'll be signs before like your dog gonna be because like we were just saying, white shows deafness and blindness, right? So it's
Yeah.
gonna be too much whiteness on the dog, and it'll pop up. It'll be
So,
signs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
mm, so is that glassy eye? Like, is that like where does that come from? That that trait.
It's a pigment thing. Like this the merle is like a pigment thing, you know? So
Uh
it's like they barely got pigment in their eyes. It's they glassy blue. You get what I'm
huh.
saying? It
Mhm.
might look good, but that's definitely a defect.
Cause I know
Mhm.
a guy. He got a pit bull, and he's buckskin and white. Um,
They go that way.
yeah, he buckskin and white, and one of his eyes is glassy, like that white looking color.
Well, I mean, I have like I have some that had two different colors eyes, but like they're not glassy blue like we saying though.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Two different color eyes. One to be blue, the other one be brownish, greenish looking.
Yeah. Got you. So, what you think about breeding? Just strictly breeding for color, nothing else.
Definitely gonna run into issues.
Mm-hmm.
What you think, yellow?
Yeah, I think when people do that, they just focus on color only. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're gonna definitely run into health problems
Yeah,
when all they doing is just focusing on just color and color.
yeah.
But they
Structure
do it for
problems.
they do it for the money. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
but yeah.
Matt.
What up,
What up,
Neil?
man?
Man? So with
What's going on, yo?
Yeah, I believe they keep breeding just strictly colors. There's gonna be health issues, mental issues, because you're
Yeah.
not worrying about nothing else but the color.
yeah, I
Right.
know them exotic people. They just color and then they'll say the dog healthy. I'm like, how the hell, man?
What's up, Hunter?
Uh,
Thank you for showing love, Hunter. He
I'm
says
gonna
salute.
salute, Hunter. Salute, Hunter.
Salute.
Salute.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right. You're right, yo. You're absolutely
They
right.
be like, man, my dog and I got color. My dog can move. Like, what is that? Like, what is that to brag about? Because your dog can like they be bragging if a dog can walk. Like, that's not something that you should
Yeah,
be breeding for. It's like you shouldn't even think about that when you breeding dogs. I heard one
exactly.
dude. I heard one dude. This was man some years ago. I was listening to a live, and he was like, "Man, my dog could jump off the ground onto the couch." I'm like, like, what is that to brag about? Like for real, from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ground to the
that's
couch.
crazy.
We talking with a foot. You know,
Yeah,
they can
you
move.
got some. Yeah,
They
that's
can
crazy.
move. They can run. Like they was breeding the dogs to and they was trying to like this is what I never understood about the whole exotic. They was trying to mess the dogs up. They
Yeah,
wanted they wanted flaws.
where it was one dude, he was going, "Oh, bro, this is what the fuck we want. This is what we breed for." I'm talking about going
Yeah.
in, bro, and try to stand the dog up. That bitch fell back down. Oh,
Then you see them pulling them around. You see them at the show pulling them around in a wagon because they can't walk. They got wagons. I'm
exactly.
like, come on, man.
Bad.
I feel bad.
But
It's like y'all really taking it to the extreme. It's more about you than the dog. You ain't really giving a flip about the dog. It's about
Yeah,
what
bro.
you can make and how
right,
much
right.
attention you can get. And these dogs just sitting there like, just now you can tell like the dog's not there mentally. They're not there.
Yeah, bro.
Man,
You can
I,
tell
I,
they
I
down
hadn't watched no.
syndrome type dogs.
Yeah, man, I hadn't watched no. I mean, man, I don't even just know what's going on with the exotic world. I don't even know.
Yeah, that world is crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't even know.
So since we got everybody on the panel now, let me ask y'all, why are genetics important when you breed and owning dogs to y'all?
To me, so the dog can have a good quality of life.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they can have a good quality of life.
Right. Well, I mean, Not only for the health, but good genetics. If you trying to get a certain type of dog for a certain type of job, you're gonna get that dog that you want because genetics are there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You just put in that work, like it'd be easy for the dog to do what you need it to do.
Mm. Mm. What you
Go
think,
ahead,
Matt?
Duro.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Uh, the reason why I think genetics is important is because you want to know what you're matching up when you cooking up, when you breeding these dogs on the genetic side. Because you don't want to breed a dog who gives the offspring, a bad trait and mess up the whole litter. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep everything pure. So you want to do your homework, and that kind of ties into what I was saying before. Like you want to do your homework on your breeding and know what you're putting together. That's for the genetics. Like I was saying, when if you want to make sure you want to see how you can create some color and put into your kennel and do it the right way, then that goes to your phenotype, your genotype, what your dog had, and what your dog come from when you do the embark. So if you got some piebald, you got some, because they tell you all the colors that your dog carry on embark. So it's all about putting it all together, and we mix it all up and call that thing Pro Tools. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's important when genetic wise, when you just breed responsibly and you making sure that your cook up is the right cook up. And I just think that's what now when it comes to owning dogs, like if you go out shelter, you go out buy a dog from a breeder, but you don't have no intentions on breeding this dog. I think that's when it becomes important to still know about the genetics because a lot of people don't understand what they have when they have dogs. They don't understand that. They don't understand, like, all right, man, like, you know what, man? All right, I got hmm, I got this dog from this person, but they don't know that the dog is active, what the dog eat. You know what I'm saying? Like every dog is different, man. What you get from a big fat Labrador, you get different from a bully. A bully want to work, bully want to walk. Pit want to work, pit want to walk. Riley want to work, Riley want to walk. They get bored, they start chewing furniture, shoes, clothes, whatever. And then a lot of people don't understand that because they say, oh man, they had a different breed all their life. You know what I'm saying? So they might not understand why it's important to have and know about, you know, the breed and everything that comes in with the dog. That's what I think.
True indeed. Uh, Piggyback, kind of the same thoughts, man. The breeder I got my dogs from, the mom had probably not so good genetics because of skin rashes and stuff. So now I got to out. So if you don't um, do the homework to know where you're getting your dogs from, you gonna work, and that ain't easy.
Right. Right.
So, but far as what, yeah, I think stuff can be passed along the wrong way. One breeder can say one thing, and then that people can act like that's the end all be all, when that's just that breeder's experience. Because like he's saying, he don't have no problems with his blue
Hmm.
dog, but then another person can say, I got all the problems in the world with blue dogs.
Hmm.
Mm, that's true.
Homework, know where you get your dogs from.
Hmm. It's like
Yep.
saying you got a litter of puppies. Two of them. I'm gonna say hot, but you know what I mean by hot. Like they'll bite something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two of them hot, but the rest of them not. So you think you can get one of those puppies that's not hot and breed them with another dog that's not hot, and you're gonna get all cool puppies. That's
Yeah,
not the case. You're still gonna get
yeah.
a couple of them
You
that's
were
still
still gonna
hot.
get hot. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so like he was saying, you got to know where you're getting your dogs from. Because if
Right.
everything on that man yard hot, they gonna spit out everything hot for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. That's
I
a
know a
fact.
guy that that's all he breeds. I mean, that's he gets on his live and that's his on something. You want you a hitter, you want you a biter, y'all better holler at me. So I mean, to me, I think if he gets big enough, it'll backfire. But because
I ain't hear what you said.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
say it
froze up
again,
for a
Nick.
sec.
did I cut
Yeah,
out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
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 cut
cut
did.
out
up.
because of what?
I said I know a breeder that brags on
You froze up
all
now.
he sells is hot.
Yeah, Mac having technical issues.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right though, bro. Let me see. Now, do you guys know the difference between the bicolor and the tricolor?
Nah, I never heard. You gotta school me on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the tricolor always have the white chest and the white feet. If it doesn't have a white chest and white feet, it's not considered a tri.
Hmm.
So even if it have black and tan, it's called
It's
a
black
bi.
and tan. It's
It's
black
called a
and
bi.
tan. Not yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's not a tri. That's black and tan. Just like
Mm-hmm.
in the pit bull community, because I remember it was a guy who bred pit bulls and he had black and tans, and somebody jump in his comments and was like, "How you got to try?" He was like, "This is not a try, man. This is a
Yeah,
pit
Snow
bull."
White. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yep,
Yeah, it's a
yep.
pit bull. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a pit bull.
Yeah.
So that's all of that. When you got a black and tan, a chocolate and tan, blue and tan, and lilac and Isabella and tan, and it's no white, that's just a bicolor. That's not a tri. So you know what I mean. You gotta have that white feet, and a white chest in order for it to be called a tricolor.
So does that apply to the Merles too? Tri Merles?
Yeah. So because it can be, you can have you can have a trindle merle too.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I
You
had one of
had
them
one?
before.
Okay.
Celestial. Yeah. The tweed. Well,
Okay.
she was a tweed. She was a tweed trindle.
Okay.
What if you have the white chest, but you don't got the white feet?
See, I think that's still called a trial
Okay,
because
yeah. It's short.
because
Most people don't know that tri is short for triple.
Triple. Yeah.
Yeah,
Three colors.
tri is short for triple. Three colors.
Yeah. Because
that's
I always
right.
told people like I have Tri Merles all the time.
We got Della's world. Are the DNA dog panels accurate as far as the genetic dispositions? Dispositions. Yeah,
I know. I done
yeah.
heard some stuff. I heard somebody say they sent the German Shepherd in, and Embark said it had Maltese in it, and the German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Now Maltese a little old bitty, the little white, the little house dog, the little toy dog. But that was
Heck
somebody
yeah.
Bro,
was telling me.
bro.
And people get
I
mad at that, bro. Like you can't get mad at Embark. They got their
but
markers,
look,
you know.
but look, I I used to think the same way as y'all, man, until I was in the vet field. And when I was in the vet field, I asked one time, I was like, okay, like, how the heck does uh what was it, man? What was the breed? I know one was a lab and I think another one was a little dog. And I said, how does that uh mount? And one of the doctors who also was breeding Labradors like all his life, like AKC Labradors,
Hmm.
he said, yo, that's true. He said, yo, that's true. He said, it's absolutely true. He said, a dog is going to lock what a dog wants to lock with. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was crazy. I was like, what? But then when you
Mm-hmm.
think about it, dogs do got ways to mount.
Yeah.
Small dogs and big dogs.
Yeah, squat down, bro. The
Yeah, they
females squat
will.
down if they need to.
She'll turn around too and
Mm-hmm.
lay down like a human. So it's possible, Yella. It's possible.
But this a AKC German Shepherd though. This dude was saying it's
Hey,
like a
bro, my people in Cali had a blue pit and chihuahua. I thought that bitch was gonna be
I've
mean as
heard
fuck.
I've
Came
heard of
around
that.
them.
I've heard of that people doing that though. I heard that it's probably been maybe over 15 years ago. I started hearing about they call them chi pits. Chi pits.
Some
That's what
shit
they
like that.
call
They said, bro. Yeah,
them.
it was nice looking. It was had a little slim head. You know what I mean? Slim pit bull body, but you could tell it had chihuahua. It was like a big ass chihuahua. It was crazy. Oversized chihuahua on that bitch. It was blue. But yeah, like Embark got their markers right. They already did their test. Like, boom, this is a German Shepherd. This is a lab. You know what I'm saying? This is a golden retriever. They know their markers, so if it pop up in that DNA, like people shouldn't get upset. Like
Right,
they went back a
right,
couple of
right.
they went back a couple
Right.
of generations for that.
Rock solid. What up, bro? Salute. Rock solid got that work, man. Rock solid got that
Salute,
work.
salute, salute, Rock
hmm
Solid.
Salute.
Yeah. Um, what else, man? Let me see. I got a lot of notes here, y'all. Uh, maybe. Okay.
Like eye color. Like what if eye color could show if your dog will be hot or not? Like all those with those green eyes gonna be hot. You can kind of
You
separate them. Like that
saying that
could
that's
be
possible?
that could be possible, bro. It could always show up like I'm the one. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that'll bite your ass in that eye color or something. You know what I'm saying? That's real
I
shit.
know, I know, I know. Back in the day, they used to say like in the pit where red nose. That's the can't nothing beat a red nose. That's the hottest
Yeah.
thing, just because
hmm
that was like the stigma back in the 90s, But
hmm
Mhm. Mhm.
once you
Like
start,
I noticed, bro. Any dog, even in pit bulls, like say he buckskin, if he got a black mouth, yo, that dog will bite a human, bro. I done seen this on many people's yards, bro. A dog with a black mouth. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like a German Shepherd, for example. That's a man biter. I just
Yeah.
noticed that shit from my own eyes. I don't know if anybody else ever picked that up. Dog got a black mouth. That motherfucker bite you, bro.
Yeah.
They love biting skin too. Yeah.
So yeah.
Mac,
So
Mac, Mac.
that's what color can kind of be important. You know what I'm
Yeah. You back, Mac?
I think so.
All right. All right. Yeah, you sound better. Yeah, you sound better.
saying?
Cool.
This is a good cook up, man. This is a good cook up. The other question is, are double merles associated with blindness in all breeds, or is it breed specific? It's definitely breed um specific for the simple fact that if you got like a Australian Shepherd and
hmm
you breed that together, let me get my Doro notes, brother. Um, it becomes a double merle, and when it becomes a double
hmm
merle breeding, it causes eye problems, including blindness and including death, hearing problems, and this is prone to sun sensitivity as well. So if it's double Merle or together, um, they
It's a
call
lack of
that a
pigment.
lethal. They call that a lethal white because it's a lack of
Yeah, lack
pigment.
of
Yep.
pigment. That's why.
Good
That's why
job.
it's like an
You know all
albino
about
dog.
the
So yeah, it's like an albino dog. So that sun is going. It's gonna hurt.
mm-hmm.
Where the evidence at though?
What?
You know, when you do a medical trial, you got you got the evidence. Like, has it not been long enough? You know what I mean? Like here we have we studied 20 dogs that was Merle. We put 10 of them together, and we put 10 of them that didn't have a Merle gene. And the ones we put together, they all came out blind and deaf. You see what I'm saying? Or it's just
Mm-hmm.
It's where like
going
too
off
many
the white
dominant.
dogs.
When you get too many dominant traits, bro, it'll happen, bro.
I know. I mean,
Right.
I get what everybody know, and I get what
Mm.
everybody's saying, but I don't see the proof in the pudding.
Oh, you saying you haven't seen that to be
You haven't
true?
seen it with your own
Right.
eyes.
I see more people having deaf dogs that just be regular old all white pit bulls.
White, yeah.
But I've seen it, Mac. I've seen it.
I've seen it once or twice. Yeah, most people not gonna post that shit. That shit is fucked up.
They
Nah.
hide it, huh?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Especially if it's an accidental breeding, they hide it. You know, they hide
Yeah,
their hand with that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because they don't want the heat that comes behind that, and people say, "Oh, you didn't bred a Merle to Merle," and you
hmm
know they because some states, man, and this is why it's good to know your laws. Some states they consider that cruelty to animals, and if
yeah.
they consider that they'll come and take those puppies because they'll say that was irresponsible breeding. So I have seen that in the vet field. I was telling GR backstage that a Merle came in with sunburn um because of that. Now, what kind of dog that
Mm.
was? I think it was a how you say it a leopard dog.
Like, oh,
What's
the
that?
Louisiana, damn,
Cata Catalua?
Callahoola, yeah, the
Yeah,
Callahoola, yeah,
yeah. It
Louisiana
was that.
leopard dog.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you
Yep.
were finna say a Alapaha.
Nah, no, 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 no.
Yeah,
It was a Catalua leopard dog.
yeah,
Yep. And it had blue and it has sunburn. Yeah,
yeah.
yep, yep,
Word.
yep, yep. That's it. Um, Now we were talking about oh snap, the other one inside, man.
No,
The
I'm
crickets
still
was freaking
outside.
out.
I'm still
Oh,
outside
all
now.
right, all right. I was
Yeah.
about to say the crickets was freaking too loud for him. Um, what I was about to say, man. Now,
Oh, you
the
can hear the crickets over here.
no, I'm messing with you.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm messing with you, bro.
Okay.
Um,
They definitely chirping.
what I was about to say, man. So we was talking on our chat, on our group chat. We was talking about the marketing that comes with the dogs. You know, now have y'all ever had a celebrity or y'all ever had somebody kind of known hit y'all up for a dog?
I have it.
Nope.
No,
No, I'm just getting started with it. So
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know, bro. I mean, if they was like an Instagram celebrity or some shit, I don't know. It's all about how they feel about that dog. I really wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying?
you wouldn't
But
care who it was.
Hell, not
but
long as they finna treat that dog right.
you sell that one celebrity, it's like damn,
But
you
they
gonna
will put you on though. They will be
yeah,
a
they
nice,
gonna tell
yeah,
all their other friends and stuff like an athlete or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
they
is
gonna
great
tell-
marketing right there.
that's
I know
that's what
like
I was.
one of my like one of my dogs. Well, he was in the pig. The dude, he played with when Dion was at Jackson State, and it was what's that safety? He was real tight with Shador and Shiloh, and then but anyway, he went to Colorado when they went to Colorado, and my guy had sold him well, now he did like a Merle. He sold him a Merle. Well, he didn't sell him a Merle. He gave him the Merle on
Mm.
like a sort of like an NIL type of thing. Like he had to
Mm.
post the dog. He would post the dog, promote the
Marketing
dog.
like a
Say, guess what?
motherfucker.
Oh yeah, yeah. He gave it to him. He gave it to him for free. He
Yeah, he
gave it to him
already
for
knew, bro.
free.
That's free marketing, man. Everybody gonna want one of
Yeah,
them dogs.
yeah. He
Yeah.
gave
Yeah,
it to him for free. But he wasn't like no. But what I was gonna say is my dog Poncho that I was talking about the other day. He's 13 years old. He would be that puppy's grandsire. I want to say.
Mm.
So he's in the pig, but dude
mm.
ain't just famous like that. But he was known somewhat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
But
I
you got
Yeah.
mean,
you should that way it comes to that marketing because he gonna market your dog in a space that you wouldn't normally market your dog.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Other people gonna see your dog they wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's good marketing, man. So is
yeah.
that the same as a big kennel putting you on? They bought one of your dogs. That's
No,
good marketing too.
it's I wouldn't say a celebrity is the same as a big kennel though. I mean, big
But
kennels is known.
they celebrities in our world, bro. They might not
Yeah,
be
but
celebrities. Just
exactly.
like
But in our world, but a athlete, he a celebrity in everybody's world.
not
Yeah.
necessarily.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean everybody know
most
athletes,
Some
bro.
people don't give a fuck about athletes, bro.
But
well,
I
yeah.
mean they know them though. They
Some
know
people
them.
don't watch football and basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Man, come on, that
Mhm.
most people watch. Come on, that most people watch
No,
basketball
I'm
and
saying real
football.
shit. Everybody not even on social media, bro.
It's
You
two
know what I'm
ways
saying?
to it's two ways to it. If you get the big breeder, then you're gonna get the breeders, coming at you. But if you get the celebrity, then you got the general public
Yeah, that's what I
because
was saying.
everybody want to
Yeah,
be people
yeah.
don't want to be left out, and everybody want to be a part of it, and that's kind of what it generates. It generates a fab about you. I kind of take it back like to the dope game, like the the drug dealer that's in the hoopty against the drug dealer that's in the Cadillac with the suit on, you know what I'm saying, with that sharp talk, and he
Mm,
pull out a pocket full of money. You know what I mean?
mm.
He more attractive. It seemed like
Mm-hmm.
he got the better product.
Mm-hmm.
Same
It
thing,
seems like he got the better product.
yeah, yeah, it seems
Yeah,
like. So that's
yeah.
how it is with the celebrity thing.
I
Mm-hmm.
agree. I agree.
That's what I was kind of trying to say. Like it'll help out two different ways. You know what I'm saying? It's people you wouldn't have known. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
I agree. It would help out, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but that celebrity would help out on a bigger scale, though. Is what I'm saying.
True.
Yeah,
I got
like the dope
So
boy,
oh, we still on.
he just known in your, he known in your hood. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
yeah.
now, if it was somebody like Big Meech or somebody like that, like everybody know him. He known in every hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
My man said
but if
one thing is confusing is Della is a brindle female. Her dad was an Amstaff. Is it usually for the female to get the dad's genetics? It's usually,
I mean
One
I
thing
mean,
is,
you got that
huh?
female, she able to have multiple copies of her father because she gonna
Right,
have multiple puppies. So I mean, each dog gets genetics from their mom and dad. So
right, right.
okay, he said Della is a Brundle female, but her dad was an Amstaff. Well, Amstaff come in Brundle though,
Yeah,
too.
oh yeah, that's
It's a
yeah,
true.
way
yeah.
to it's a way that you can kind of get a better percentage or a better prediction the way you breed. but genetics, you never know.
Yeah.
Even with humans, that's why you hear some people saying, "Ooh, you look like your father," or to the to a girl
Yeah,
like your daddy.
that's true. That's true. I think it go both ways. I think it go both ways. I think you can get something from a mom, something from the dad too. You know what I mean? Because it's
Got to.
just
You got to get copies from both of them.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
you going to get that. Like if the mom is blue and the dad is, you know what I'm saying, a lilac, you might get some lilacs, you might get some brindles or some blues. It depends, you know.
Hmm.
It's kind of what I said, Della World. It's kind of what I said in the beginning when I was talking about the uh the genes, the genetics, and I was talking about um what would be more dominant becoming from the dog.
Hmm.
Um the, the two capital B's or the lowercase b and the capital B
Yeah,
together, and you'll get different.
Yeah.
That's
You're
how
gonna
you
get dominant and recessive traits.
you got to look
right.
at the locus, yeah, and do
Yeah.
that grid,
Yeah.
that
Yep.
Punnett square.
Yep. So yeah, like yeah, that's possible though, man. So you got an Amstaff mix. Sounds like um
It sounds like that they're saying that the Brundle is the pit bull. That's what I'm thinking. That they're thinking that they're associating the color Brundle with
with
the
a pit
pit
bull.
bull. Yeah, like but Amstad's coming Brundle also. That's what I'm thinking. That because you hear people say if it's Brundle, it's a pit. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like Amstad, they come in Brundle too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember one of the winners. I used to watch the shows as a kid. It was
Yep. Me
Brundle and
too.
Amsterdam. Yeah.
Yep. The AKC shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
About the
I
time the Super Bowl come on and shit. Well, Westminster.
right, yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to
yeah.
know some. I one kennel. He won. I have, I searched the dog and I found his web. I can't remember what his website was called though. But yeah, I think his male name could have been like Playboy or something. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Playboy.
But
Why
he
that sound familiar?
no. Was it? Yeah, I think that's what his name was. And
That sounds familiar, man. That was
he,
an
he
AKC dog.
yeah, it was an angle with Brundle. It was Brundle and
He
White.
won a few times, didn't
It could have been, but I know because I had the dude, and when I went to his website, I can't remember what it was, but he fed that he was sponsored by Pro Plan, that Pro Plan
he?
dog food. That's what he fed, the Pro Plan Sport, the bag that be like I think like $70 for a bag or $80 or something like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I definitely saw that dog. He won, and he or did he win or did he win best? And I don't think he won best in show. I'm not sure, but I know I went and
Best in
looked.
breed or something.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't best in breed. It was like the whole, it was like uh different breeds.
Oh, he won a like overall type shit.
No, 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 no,
Like,
no. I'm saying he was in a show where it was he probably won overall against other AM staffs, and then he
Ah.
won. And then he was able to come to the big show and compete against pressers, and I mean not presser, but all the other breeds that they recognize.
word,
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
word.
I'm
Yeah.
but he was but now I don't think he won best in show, but he was shown. And I
Yeah.
googled that dog's name and went to the website and everything, but I can't remember what website it was. I can't remember.
See
Gotcha.
that's even marketing at the shows, bro.
Right.
That's even marketing.
Right.
What about the dog, the pit bull off of John Wick? Blew my man Kennel up. That blue pit bull on
Yeah,
John Wick. Yeah,
I
man,
don't know.
Kennel on. Yeah, it's a nice pit.
Which John Wick.
Just like the first one, right?
First,
He had it on the
yeah,
first and then the
first.
second one. He had it as a
And it's
puppy, and then
I
a
thought he
old
had a little
school
old
bull
bitty,
too.
dog, a little beagle or something.
I had a little pit bull.
Nah, at first he did, but
Yeah, the first one he
that
did.
one burnt.
But
Oh,
he
that's the
did have a
second
little
one
old bitty
with the
dog though.
Yeah.
Okay. I know I ain't tripping.
yeah, that was a nice. I even looked the damn kennel up when I saw that dog on John Wick.
Let me
That's
ask you
how
guys.
Iron Cross got on too.
Oh, we
But
gonna get to that. Hold that.
Say
Hold
what's
that.
that about Iron Cross?
We gonna get to it. We gonna get to that one. We gonna get to that one because I want to talk about the Hawk in a minute. But I wanted to ask you guys this. When you're talking about branding and putting on for your kennel, what you think about the working man price and the higher echelon price of the
So
dogs?
so does Brandon make the price?
I
I
Your
mean,
think that
brand
was a
make the
code
price?
scheme.
it can.
You
Let's
right.
make it.
You right. It ain't, Walmart prices ain't the same as what even Target prices, right?
But I don't know. Target is a
So
little bit more.
yeah, Target. Yeah, Brandon
Different
does make
quality
a
though.
difference in the price, bro.
Okay. So if we talking about quality, we talking about
Yeah.
quality.
Mhm.
So what if the working man approach you for one of your pups right now?
Hmm.
What you think about the working man price? More so than because what you sell your dogs from 3,500 and up, right?
Yeah. So if it depends on which pup he asks for. I always tell people that if
Okay.
he asks for the one that's 35 or 5,000, me, I set up a payment plan.
Okay.
What can we work with? But if you can't afford that payment plan either, like I may have one around in the working man's. What's working man's price? 15, lower, 5.
Yeah. Working man price like 1,000,
A
15.
thousand, a grand,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you
Yeah.
you still have that option within that litter. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's how I work with it.
What you think,
It might
yo?
not be the dog that you want, but it may grow to be that dog
I
that you
agree.
want. You know what I'm
I
saying?
I I,
It might not
I
be
think
there right now.
I
yeah,
agree.
I think the price is you know, especially let's speak for my breed, like the pit bull. Um, you got like the top breeder, he only sell either for like 2 grand,
Mhm.
and he just went up to two. He just went up to 2 grand, maybe like in the last 3 years, you know, and so I mean that's his brand. Of course, he known. Everybody know who he is. Um, so
But
but yeah,
like
you
Max
just
said,
got to work. You
that
just got to
brand.
keep pushing. You got to keep pushing your brand, and eventually you can increase your stock. You can eventually increase the price of your stock.
Yeah.
Like me, I sell a dog for like $1,000. That's what I said. I sell quality dogs, but just
Hmm.
the breed that I'm in, it was like people was. But I can't really. I don't really want to say that. I don't really want to say that. Let people affect my price because I'm
Right.
gonna ask. Well, you got people my age 5 and 6. Well, I'm not selling mine for them. You know. So, but I'm gonna just keep pushing and keep pushing my brand, my name, and keep putting out quality dogs.
I
And
agree.
keep my name clean, do good business. Sell.
That's
Sell
important.
good healthy dogs. Say what now?
I said that's important. Keep your
Yeah,
name clean,
yeah,
doing
my
good business.
name. They're doing just good business, man. I ain't never screwed nobody over. No issue with paperwork.
Hmm.
Never sold nobody a sick dog in my life. Never. So that's what
Yeah,
I
that's
do. I just keep my name good out there in
yeah,
the public. Just keep my name good.
What you
yeah.
think,
That's what I was
cousin?
gonna kind of piggyback off that. Like what Mac was saying, that brand don't make your product quality. You could just have a big name and your product be shitty.
Right.
What my man
What you
say, don't
think?
call that shit blue magic. Call it something else.
Right. What you think, Matt?
Matt, Man, I think price is delusional. And before COVID-19,
Oh, say that
uh,
again.
yeah, before COVID, I, the dogs price was very specific. You know what I mean? You had Shih Tzus, you know, the little dogs, the little poodles and stuff like that. Those dogs were very specific. Dogs were 35, 5,000. And then came along the bullies. The bullies was able to where their prices became high off demand. Um, and because they started adding a whole bunch of exotics and all that other stuff.
Mm.
I think that effect spiraled out to everybody, even band dogs. So now
Hmm.
everybody is asking for 35 to 5,000 instead of the Pacific breeds. And now the Pacific breeds have gone down to like how Yellow's saying to 1,500 to 2,000. So
Hmm.
Mhm.
now we stuck trying to sell our dogs for the high price. That's where the working man price man came in. Where they like,
Got
hey man, I'm a working man. I just want a dog.
I work too.
yeah.
Shit, crazy, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
I
kind of
don't
feel
know. I
like
think
people pay for what they want, bro. My bad.
yeah, I think that
Yep,
shit gonna
I
it's
agree.
gonna
People
adjust
pay for.
like
Yep,
houses.
yep.
What you say? I ain't hear you, Mac.
So I think it is gonna probably have to adjust like the housing market.
Mm.
Hmm. But at the same time, you got good branding and you got good marketing. You know, you could be selling a fucking Shih Tzu and a y'all see it, bro. A Shih Tzu and a fucking bully, and you gonna get 15 bands, 100,000. That's marketing. That's branding, bro. That's
Yeah.
marketing. Like even it might not even be. That's they can be scamming at the same time because that product ain't what you want it to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
you
So
know
that
what I
brand
think
that.
is. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, the prices. I think the prices is that they be saying that they be getting
They
is a
be lying.
part of marketing. I think it'd be a lot of cap though. I
Yeah,
mean, it'd be.
that make a nigga want it, don't it? Oh, that shit
Yeah,
Yeah.
costs a
man.
lot. Let me
Yeah,
get
I'm
one.
like, man, yeah, man. I'm like, man, come on. I mean, I mean,
He
I
hollering
don't.
15,000 when he sold it off for 1,500, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then everybody went to that. And then another thing too, like everybody in the exotic world, they ain't they want to go mess with them dogs, but then they ain't getting crazy money like that, man. They selling dogs for like
Yeah,
$1,000 in a pup bag. They ain't,
but
but they capping like, oh, we getting all this kind of money for they be it'd
yeah,
be a lot of cap, bro. It'd be a lot of
I,
cap.
I,
yeah.
yeah.
During COVID, a lot of niggas was doing that, and they was trying to cover up for selling other shit. And then, oh, he brought this dog for this much. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But he really bought. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
feel you. Yep.
For that price.
Well, the thing is, um, I don't know. I only see the top dogs bragging, or not even more or less bragging because they can kind of prove it when they say I sold this dog for this much. Like the guy that owns Brim and like Tone and all those guys, they
Yeah,
really
yeah.
are
Those
getting,
guys different. Yeah,
you know what I mean? They really are getting what they asking for.
yeah. Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know about the pit bull so much, but far as LA, that guy he gets what he's asking for.
Hmm.
And I don't see him doing heavy branding. I just think that he got that good word of mouth with his amongst his people.
He got a good brand, bro.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. You see them golden arches, you know that's McDonald's.
Yeah, true.
That's a
Yo, Joe.
brand. You know what I'm saying?
Joe says salute to us, y'all.
And like
Yellow
you
he
said,
said,
that word of mouth is good market. Salute.
Oh,
yeah,
appreciate it, Joe. Appreciate it, Joe.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
mean, cause
appreciate it.
once you create the product, I mean, you can really just sit back and let it sell itself.
Hmm.
Cause I mean, after that comes the branding, like with the Hawk is something like you were saying. It was, you know what I mean. If you create something different, then you can catch a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he said he came out as one of the biggest pit bulls
Yeah.
in the world. And that,
Oh,
you know
look,
that, and
I'm
then
just
with a
listening.
name like Hawk, shit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
together.
that man did hella marketing, you know, with being homeless and all that shit. But Hulk made that brand. That brand is Hulk. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah,
let me ask.
and go ahead.
Go ahead. Go no. Go ahead, yo. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just don't like how they really stole the name and they tagging pit bulls with their dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't like with a
You
lot of the band dog because that's all they really got.
you don't think the Hulk
They-
is a pit bull?
no, no, sir, he not a the pit bull is what my dog is that you
Bro,
looking at.
I went back and seen like even the other kennels. You feel me?
But the
And
Hawk
I
can
don't know
tame
if
pit
what's his
bulls
name,
though.
Ellis.
No, no,
You
no,
say
no.
they
This
not
is
pit
what I'm
bulls?
saying. This is what I'm trying to tell
Yeah.
y'all. The name pit bull is short for American Pit Bull Terrier.
Oh, we
Like that,
got that.
like right. That's what I'm saying. So that's our that name belongs to my breed. It don't belong to none of these band dogs that people crossing up and me. That name, though, it's not a blank. I don't care what society say, what the media say. It's not a blanket
Bro.
term. In the early 90s, 2000, when you said pit, it was our. That's what it was. When you said a pit, I got a pit. People didn't call Corsos pits. People didn't
No.
call Pressers pits. They called it what it was.
Yeah, but
The
Yeah,
yeah,
breed.
here's the thing.
you think the Hulk
Here's the
is
thing.
a pit
You
bull,
can
Matt?
get a huh?
You think the Hulk is a pit bull?
Yes, because you can get a staffy looking pit bull and a pit
Mm-hmm.
bull in the same litter.
Mm-hmm.
And Hawk threw pit bull. Look at the Ace. Ace was
Hey,
straight
that
up and
motherfucker
down
pit bull to the
a
door.
pit bull, straight up and down.
I'm talking about
So he just
genetically.
He just had to be big as fuck, bro. You got to go back and look at what's his
right
name,
genetic.
Ellis Duro. Was it Ellis Kennel?
Yeah.
Ellis Kennel?
Yeah. Ellis.
Yo, that
Yeah.
man got pit bulls, bro. Like they just big as fuck.
Yeah, just because somebody got to come out with a dwarf gene or
Yeah.
the huge gene,
Mm-hmm.
don't make them not who they are,
Because
in
you can
my opinion.
inbreed too much and get smaller dogs.
But when you get Pacific, like how Yella's saying, when you get
Mm-hmm.
Pacific to the standards,
Yeah.
then yeah, you can't call him a pit bull if you're bringing him into a pit bull ring
So if he
because
just had
he
what is it
weighs
called?
too much.
If he
He
just so happened to get gigantism, he
yeah
not a pit bull
he
no more.
yeah he's gonna weigh too much for the standard.
I feel you on the standard. I feel you. I feel you. But genetically,
But genetically, he comes from the
but he
same
can't go to
family.
the show ring. I get that. I get that.
Well, oh
Now
yeah, he was
y'all,
way too.
I'm saying y'all not seeing what I'm saying. I'm saying is that,
I do.
and I,
I
and
do.
I,
Yeah,
and I
we
know
get it, bro.
Drew. I know you about to.
We know American Pit Bull Terrier. We know, bro. Like we
Right. So why would he be able to tag his dog as a pit bull? And then when they go
but
ripping people's faces off and biting people
whoa.
because they're crossing in a guardian breeds to make these big dogs anyway, they call them pit bulls.
You
But
gotta
that's
go
not
back
what
and look
pit
at
bulls
the
do.
ancestors of that dog, bro.
Man, y'all got him started, man.
I
Man,
That's
know
not
he
that's what
hot.
I,
pit bulls
I
do, yo.
understand, but see, the ancestors, the dog was so consistently for decades not that
Mm.
big. We go back to the
Whoa, I don't
70s,
know,
we go
bro.
up back to the 80s, the 90s. The dogs was not no 120 pound. That's not what they was. But then you start mixing and lying. You start mixing in other breeds of dogs, and then you lie about it. You tag papers and you hang papers, and you be deceitful and dishonest. Then you want to call the pit bull. He not a pit. I guarantee he got some type of massive in it. If you cross it, it's not pure. It's mixed.
I don't know, I'm just going off the pictures we saw and the breeders he got his ancestors came from, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm talking about the pedigree, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Um.
well, yeah, we all heard of paper hanging too.
Oh,
I
They not gonna show you. You know it's thrown in there somewhere, but they're not gonna
don't
let you
know, bro.
see where it was.
Like shit. I have dogs that's fucking 22 inches tall, bro. Then I have some that's fucking 12 inches tall at the same time.
At
From
the
the same
same
parents.
time.
Same litter.
And you breed bullies, right?
Yeah, but guess what my man Embark said? It's the original form of a bully, bro. The Amstaff and Pit Bull Terrier. But then you got some of his relatives that say American Bully.
Let me ask you this with that embark. When you
Oh
send it,
man.
let me ask you a question. When you
Uh-huh.
send it, because I want to ask you something. When you send in like a form or application or whatever, however it
Yeah.
goes, do they ask you to put down what type of breed you have?
You don't have to,
Okay, I'm saying do that. You say you don't have to,
you know. You just send
but
that
did
shit in.
you?
I did.
But did you?
I did it for. I didn't do it for Big Girl, and it came back 100% American Pit Bull Terrier. I ain't put shit on that paper. Came
And
back
what?
100%.
And Big Girl is she's a bully though, right?
The American Pit Bull Terrier say on the genetics, bro.
I'm saying, but what you say she is before
She thick as
before you sent in the embark, what was you
Hey, all
saying?
right, okay, Pit Bull Terrier, because I had that same bloodline for like 10, 15 years ago. I had this shit for a long time. So I
Okay,
already knew what she was. You know what I'm saying? She thick as
okay,
hell though. She thick like a bully. Yeah,
okay. All right, well, Duro,
now
go. Before I made that point, you were about to say go into another topic. Go ahead.
Yo, man.
Yo, but
Boom.
it
You
is a
when
it is
you
a
get
crazy
started
mix.
about that, go ahead, man.
It is a
What you say,
crazy
Matt?
mix though. The larger pit bulls have like taken over far as the public, and that's why I think
hmm
the real pit bull breeders are like, hold up, man, that ain't what we
Yeah,
supposed to
that
be
ain't
doing.
no pit bull. Yeah,
Yeah,
But see,
yeah.
we're not saying that because they taking over, they getting X amount of dollars.
just
That's
because
not
they
what we
biting people,
saying,
right?
It's just
huh?
the look. That's the look that people have been I guess intertwined with to say that's the
No,
pit.
no. People, you know why they want to say? You know why they want to say they dog pit bulls? You know why?
Because they dogs biting people.
No, they want to say it's a pit bull. They don't want to say it's a mutt. It's a
Oh,
crossbred
what
dog.
the?
That's why. It's
So
easy to
you
say.
saying
It's
so you
easy to
saying that's
say.
another name for band dog?
What talking about? Talking about what a mutt?
No, you say they want to say they dog a pit bull.
He want to
No,
say
no,
every
no, 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 no,
different.
no. I'm not saying that pit bull is another name for band dog. No, I would never say that. They should
That I mean,
call their
okay, my
dog.
bad, my bad. I feel like a band dog ain't nothing but a mutt. It's two or three different dogs together. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like a band dog
And to
is.
be honest with you, like that ain't they shouldn't be ashamed of it. They shouldn't be ashamed to say I crossed
Say,
this and this
say
and
say
this
what
and
you
that.
doing, right? Just say what you
Yeah,
doing
say
and
what
be
you
honest
doing.
with it,
Yeah,
right?
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I did, but don't be tagging pit bull on your. That's all I'm saying. Don't
I
be
feel you,
tagging
bro.
somebody you got a pit bull and you don't. You got some crosser with some Bordeaux and some
Yeah.
English Mastiff and maybe a little pit bull. It's not pure. It's
And
cross.
then you sell it to the public as American Pit Bull Terrier.
Yeah, and then it rips somebody's face out and they look at
Yeah.
these pit bull biting people. Man, come on. That's what I'm saying.
And then we get a bad name. I feel you, man.
Yeah, then my breed gets a bad name.
Hmm.
Man, yo, yo,
I feel you, bro. But no, that's real shit, bro. I mean, that is a big thing though. People
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
putting
that's what I'm
in
saying. The
other
pit
shit.
bull. Go ahead.
all right,
Now it's like I
panel.
was agreeing with like that's people putting in other shit and saying it's a pit bull. Like
Hold
that's
on, Gio.
entirely
Hold on.
fucked up.
Panel. Look,
Hey,
I love it because this is barbershop talk. This is what Doro Lounge is all about, man. This is what we do. You know what I mean? But I just want to Yella when you get started on the pit bull, man. You was that's why I was doing the gunshots, man, because you be throwing them gunshots. You be man, the pan dog is a mutt. But listen, all right. So listen to this. Listen to this. So when you talk about the true American pit bull terrier, you are a proud owner of that breed. And we all of us on this panel, we love pit bulls. And all of us on this panel, maybe not you, Yellow, but we all love American bullies. Okay, we proud
Me too.
American bullies.
Me too. I bred them. Me too.
Oh, okay, okay. So you love American bullies, am staffs, whatever. We bulldog lovers. So I
Right.
get it. And I definitely agree with you to the point where you're talking about um, these other breeds attacking people and they're being labeled as pit bulls because you see some of these Cane Corso mixes
Mm-hmm.
attacking people and they're
Mm-hmm.
not pit bulls, but they're because their ears are clipped, they're calling
Mm-hmm.
them pit bulls.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a
That's bad
massive
marketing.
right, and that's a massive breed dog. Most of it, okay, it's a cross, but most of it is that mastiff, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what's tearing people face off. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree, and I understand why you get mad because I was getting mad at the same thing that you're getting mad at. Now, I don't consider Hawk a band dog. I don't, but we can agree to disagree. This is what it's all about, right? So I don't. The reason why I don't consider him a band dog is because his he has. I have some of his blood, and I look at his pedigree. It doesn't say mastiff in it
Of
in the
course
pedigree.
it's not. Of course, because it's hung. Of course it ain't gonna say
Let me
paper.
That's
It's not gonna
finish.
say
genetics,
that.
bro. That's genetics. That's just like if they test your kid and they come back as your kid, bro. That's genetic. That ain't paper hungry hanging right there.
So let me finish. Let me
Okay, go ahead,
finish.
Duro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So when you think about it, right, I'm gonna help you out. When you think about it, it's just like we were saying. Hulk can throw the phenotype, okay, of an Amstaff and a pit bull. And we know the phenotype of an Amstaff and a pit bull is two different phenotypes. Okay. So for the same fact that he could throw something boned up,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen him throw something a little bit. I mean, it was boned up, but it was a little bit on the slender side. But
Mm-hmm.
dogs can do that. And I'm gonna tell you why specifically. My dog mother, right, was more on the Amstaff side, but his father, she came from GR80s. Her father's GR80s bully. Okay, now she threw her great grandfather, which comes from the Hawk, Louis V, the bully from Fair Kennels. If you look at my dog Bane, he looked just like Louis V. She threw that bone and everything, head and everything. So you have the ability to throw that, and that don't mean that is hung because if it was hung, then you would see. It's like let me explain something about hung. Hung is when you have a breeder. He tell you that this dog come off of a 140-pound American bully. You get that puppy, and that puppy skinny as I don't know what. But this person say, "Oh, well, this dog can produce bullies up to 120, 140 pounds." And you see that dog in the phenotype of the dog, it doesn't add up. Now that's hung papers. Now, when you can throw exactly, when your dog can produce the exact same phenotype as his grandfather or his great grandfather, that's not hung papers because you see the results of what you have.
Mm-hmm.
If you never see the results of what you have, then you know that's hung papers. Then you know somebody was lying. There was a lie somewhere because those dogs is not reproducing itself. You're never seeing it. Everything's coming out skinny. You got a little muscle on that dog, but it ain't big and wide. Like you saying that the father was this dog, and this dog. You look at the picture of that dog, and you like, nah,
And let me
nah.
add, Homeboy recorded everything and had a reality show team, and he got cameras all around that house. So it's not a moment he didn't miss.
Hey, Yellow, you know how you got to send genetics in the embark, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that's what you got to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
You
I
trying to
was
hear
trying
something?
to because you were saying like that's paper hung. You know what I'm saying? That's genetics, bro. That's like DNA.
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying when okay, the Hulk. Let me ask y'all: have he produced anything like him?
Yeah. Like two. He got like two of them, right? There was one of them bigger than him or some shit.
Two
Nah,
out of all the dogs, two. That ain't them
That was
ain't good
something. He
percentages. Them not
No,
good percentages.
but
he hasn't produced what I think that the breeder himself would keep, that identifies as the hawk, but he has
mhm,
produced
big
produced
dog.
a lot because he shipped a lot of stuff overseas.
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'm saying, have he produced? Has he produced him 180 pounds? What he like 175, 180?
Yeah, he have, bro.
Hmm.
Oh he
Yeah, but
has.
it's just not that look, that hawk look. They
It
didn't
Well,
is,
even
but
if
to a certain extent.
even if okay, let's so go okay, even if he has, I'm saying is if back to paper hanging.
Okay.
When you paper hang, all you do is breed another breed into your dog, and but you use the pedigree or something else. That's all you. That's it.
But
That's
Embark gonna
easy.
tell
Yeah.
you. Embark gonna tell you if you bred a Corso in there or a Great Dane in there. It's gonna say it.
Well, from what I've never used, but from what I've heard people say about them, they
Bro,
don't even trust
it's
them.
like $100, bro. Get one, put the swab your dog cheeks, bro, and send that shit off, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
bro.
do
It
that
don't
because
even, it's like 100 and some change, man.
I've heard people from the reviews that I've heard. Besides, y'all giving good reviews. But like I said earlier, dudes, he said he knew somebody sending an AKC German Shepherd, and they say the dog had Maltese in it.
Yeah, because he did the DNA. He found out the man lied on it, lied on the dog, because the Embark is showing the
So
DNA.
you saying AKC breeders were putting Maltese in the Shepherds?
They probably did. They probably did, bro. They was paper down. They was paper hanging, and it showed up in Embark that it was paper hanging.
Okay.
They lied. Yeah, Embark exposes people from paper hanging, bro.
Yeah, hanging has been taken too far because I think paper hanging was necessary. If you guys
You froze, bro.
had to create F1s, and the
Yeah.
F1s were not
Hmm.
registered, but those that they finished cooking in results has to go to the dogs that are registered. And the
Yeah.
only is to paper hang. So at some point, to get those bully, to make bully
Hmm.
registry to as big as it is, paper hanging is necessary.
It's necessary.
It's necessary. Just
Saying you
like
bred your
just
dog
like
to a
evil is
sire and you
necessary.
didn't. Evil. So you saying like telling somebody you bred your dog to a sire that you didn't breed them to?
No, get
That's
what I'm
paper hanging to me.
That's paper
get what
hanging.
I'm
That's what
saying.
I
Like
was
if
saying.
I say I bred my dog to Nail Mac, but I actually bred the yellow and didn't say
No,
nothing about yellow. That's paper hanging.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm
Uh
saying
huh.
is when my dogs, I'm not saying that or tricking you by telling you bred my dogs some way that I did. After I finished cooking, because I
Hmm.
added bulldog, right? After 3 or 4
Yeah.
generations and I get that bully look that I want,
Hmm.
now I need to take that dog and swap it to say it's registered in order for it to be a registered dog.
Single register the dog so he can be in the
You
pedigree.
can't single register the dog. It
With
has
with with, with,
it has
with
to be
ready.
in somebody's pedigree.
It's already registered with like AKC or something. UKC. That's what you're
No,
saying.
the dog you swap it out, it has to be dogs that with a family already. so that they
So
can
the
be
dog you
registered.
swapping it with didn't have nothing to do with the breeding.
Yeah,
That's fuck shit,
and that's the way they created. That's the way that they created
bro.
the registry.
That's fuck shit right there.
That's
How,
dishonest.
how else
Yeah,
would
that I
they
don't.
put?
Yeah,
How else would
I
they put
don't.
a
Yeah,
bulldog in?
So hold up. So y'all saying that y'all think that the Hawk was
I didn't
paper
say
horn?
that.
Oh,
I said
Me,
I believe it. Yeah, I do. So
I think
yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
I watched a million of them videos, so you know I don't.
I'm
Man,
saying
oh,
you watch
that's what I'm saying.
I'm
I
saying
even
you
went
watch
and
I'm saying
looked at his
y'all watch
ancestors, bro.
y'all watch video from when he got from what he got the dog. Y'all didn't see the stuff before he got him and where he came from. Y'all seen what
Yeah, the dude,
he
what I just said, Ellis Kennels, bro. You can go on there and see it. You got some big ass dogs, man.
that's
All them
true.
dogs big. It don't matter if the dog snuck off and went down to the next kennel. All them dogs big. So his dogs the size of Hope, all on his yard.
Yeah,
His
and
like his granddad and shit, like
that's
his
where he came
granddaddy and
from.
stuff.
yeah, he came from Ellis. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, well, how did he get his dog that big?
How did Ellis get his dogs that big?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, see, I
like
don't
I
know.
ain't. But my man, what you just say? You finna say something about I ain't cross? He got some big ass dogs. Those are pit bulls, bro. That's like old school blood.
First, man, rest in peace to the Hawk, man. Rest in peace to the
Yeah,
Hawk. You know what I mean?
Oh, he
That's a legend.
died?
Yeah, he died.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, finally not a rumor. Finally true.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace to the Hawk, man. He a legend.
Yeah, but if they starting a fucking registry, bro, by adding a dog that ain't had nothing to do with the breeding, bro, I wouldn't want nothing to do with that registry.
Bruh, that's the yeah, I mean that's the big dogs. How you think they how else would they add Bulldog to get that look? What's his name?
But
Ed
you can
Shepherd.
tell,
Ed
though,
Shepherd.
when they
That's
put that
they
when they
kicked
put
his
that
dog
pug and
out,
that
bro.
bulldog and that shit.
Even though
You talking about Dax?
even though Dax made all that money, they kicked the dog out of the registry because they
Yeah,
knew what
bro,
it
because
was.
yeah,
Which registry?
the ADBA, I mean
They registry.
The
ABKC.
ABKC?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, I ain't know that.
And my man was
but
a
I don't.
paid Christian.
Yep.
Well,
But
I'm
But
trying to figure out
I don't.
why they
everybody
kicked
know
him
how to
out,
cook
why
that
they
dog
kicked
up.
Dax out, and then they still pushing the Bulldog look today. Look at the dog that just won national, that Jax, the chocolate try.
That's my
Mm.
point. To get
Now them dogs been registered for years and years and years, right?
but to get that dog,
No, I'm agreeing with you.
like the pit monster, they been honest with it. So that's what you can see look like if they was the pit monster registry. That registry is completely honest. It allows uh you to cook up and everything. It just has
Mm-hmm.
boundaries.
Mm.
And now that they done, made such an impact, now they doing business with the American registries.
Mm. Man, there's so many registries, man. I was looking at them today. There's so many, man. You can't even hardly keep up. It's like they I don't know where they be coming from. But I was asking, like, what makes a good registry? Me and GR
Mm-hmm.
was talking about this. Like, what makes a good registry? Like, what makes you want to register your dogs with UKC, AKC, ADBA, ABKC, like ABA? What makes you want to register your dogs with these registries? Is it what
Well,
they
Popularity.
are?
I know for some people, like if they got a stud, they can stud to different females that's under different registries. But for me, just if I'm just doing it just as just breeding on my yard. I'm not about to be dealing with all them registry. I might deal with a couple, maybe two, but that's about it. I'm not dealing with 4 and 5 registries.
Mhm.
Maybe, you know, if I'm just doing it, if I'm got a litter on the ground, but if I got a stud, you know, if I'm selling puppies, I'm gonna just use maybe 1 or 2. But if I got a stud that I plan on stud now, I might dual register him through different registries, cause just in case people come with a different type of bitch under a certain registry.
True.
Okay. So you saying you'll have ADBA and UKC just in case
Yeah,
she
yeah,
come.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Somebody might come with a UKC female, cause you know UKC do register the American Pit Bull Terrier also.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I think
So
once you down with one, then the other people they can pretty much if they want to go to the shows and register their dog, they can take the one
Well,
that they
now, now they don't recognize everybody.
who?
Like as far as in the pit world, like the ADBA is like
Yeah, I know they
the
don't.
top. They don't. They might not accept certain pay. They accept bona fide. Uh, but as far I don't think they accept any other registries. Like you can't bring a dog from another registry over there and register your dog with them.
The bully world you can.
why is
Yeah,
that though?
yeah. Maybe they just don't trust what it said.
They don't
Yeah.
trust that one because they got the single registry and it's really strict. You got to get your dog
Hmm.
neutered or spayed.
So you can't breed them.
Yeah,
They put
With
like an
somebody with
asterisk or
AK
something beside it.
with
Yeah.
which registry?
Dave's. I don't know the name. AB say he
Oh,
had.
ABKC. Oh, ABKC. Now ABKC is like the top bully registry.
Yeah, they won't let you
Yeah.
single.
They won't let you think.
They
Yeah, they
won't let
got to
you said they
already
won't
have
let you.
a.
without being neutered or spayed.
Yeah.
Now I
Why?
single register. I mean to cut y'all. I single registered my dog Poncho with them back in 2015. Single registered with ABKC. Now they probably changed the rule 10 years ago. So they
Yeah, they
probably
done
changed the rules.
too many
Yeah.
bullies now.
It's like
Yeah.
closing the
That was in
stud books or
15.
some shit they call it.
Yeah, the stud books, yep.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like what kind of shows. If you trying to get into shows, like the registry would be important. If you want to go to the show, ABKC is the one for bullies. Like that's the top show.
And when he say the books are open, that's telling you that hey,
Anything can come in. Pitbull Terrier, anything come in.
that's telling you hey, I don't want to tell you we committing fraud, but if you commit fraud, is that's on your own. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what
Whatever
that's
you bring
saying.
in right now, we'll accept it. But after this, it's closed.
I mean,
Right?
no, it's saying if you find a way to cook up a dog
That's what I'm saying.
and paper hang him and get him registered, that's on
Yeah.
you.
You bring him in right now, we'll accept it. But once this shit closed, you out. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fuck shit.
So how do you
That's
that's the way
true
register
my
your
shit
dog?
though, man. That's true shit, man.
You say how do you do
How do
what,
you
Duro?
how do you register your dog with ABKC or UKC if your dog got to be neutered? Like, how do you get your dog in those registries?
you can show your dog. You can show your dog if it's single registry. You can show them. They don't, but you can't produce
You
other.
can't breed him.
Yeah, but now if you got if you buy program to where you buying dogs that's already registered, you too
Mm-hmm.
legit. You good.
Oh, okay, okay.
They look at the
Okay.
paperwork and match it up, exchange numbers, all that good shit.
That's why
Then
that's
you be able to
popular.
see,
That's yeah,
yeah.
that little folder when people show their dog and the ABKC folder, they
Mm-hmm.
be smiling because they be ready, they be ready to take their dog to the shows and stuff.
Got got you, got you. So, as far as like a registry like ABA, what y'all think about that?
You say ABA?
Yeah.
So I went when
Um,
I register my dogs
Say that
because I
again.
ain't got the neuter or spade. So I had to do all of, to send the pictures in, and all that stuff for the proof.
Did you register ABA?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I like them, bro. They respond quick and everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
What about the dude that owned the BBCR? You a deal with them too?
I
Hmm.
never heard of
I can check them out.
Yeah, Bull Breed Coalition Registry.
They don't do stuff this way, so I ain't really checked them out.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the
ABA,
dude from like
they
the Midwest. I think the dude from the Mid. I forgot the dude name. White dude.
Hmm.
I forgot his name though, but I think he in from the Midwest.
So for American pit
ABA
bull,
register all bully breeds.
yeah, they do, and band dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for American pit bulls, what do you guys consider the proper fit as far as body and head? Now I'm gonna let Yellow answer that.
Okay, proper fit. The dog you looking at right now, lean, muscular. Head don't really gotta be big. You know, in the pit world, some people don't want a big headed dog. You know, so but yeah, the head ain't gotta be all big and blocky and stuff like that. You just want them lean, just real lean and trim, muscular.
And
That's
y'all
what I
dogs
was saying.
looking hungry, man.
Huh?
Y'all dogs be looking hungry.
Man, my dog, trust me, this dog eat every day.
I know,
That's just his genetics. My dog
I know
genetic,
y'all like that
the
look,
pit
man.
bull, right? But the pit bull genetics is just a lean dog. You know, it's just lean.
It
Like you done
depends
met
on
some
what
human
strain. It
beings.
depends on what strain you got, yo.
You talking about straining the pit bull?
Yeah, it depends on what blood you got too.
I mean, they all pretty much gonna have pretty much the same body type for the most part.
No, you can tell the difference in each bloodline of pit bulls, bro. Like you know a cowboy from a red nose.
Well,
Mm.
see, red
You know,
nose
you
ain't
know,
no bloodline. See, that ain't no
well, a
bloodline.
Chinaman, a
Red nose.
China. Let's say Chinaman, then, bro. The Chinaman. If you
Okay,
gonna
a
know a
Chinaman
China, you gonna
dog.
know a Chinaman from a Tudor. You know what I'm saying? You gonna know the difference.
Who you talking about? Tudor Divo?
Anyone on dog, that whole bloodline, that whole blood, you gonna know the difference between like some on a little thicker, bro. Some dogs come a little thicker genetically.
Maybe a little bit, but it ain't no major difference in them. The pit bull pretty much got a general look to it. And I would say my dog right here would be like the perfect example.
Yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
because when you see a pit bull in the show, it's hard to tell
Hard to
which one
tell
is
what.
which. They look alike. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
that's what I was
saying.
saying about the bullies, bro. Like bully don't really have a defined look, and that's what's keeping us from competing with other people. Like you don't know whether someone got bulldog in them, Rottweiler. You know what I'm saying? But you look at a pit, you know you got a pit. Yeah, I agree with you. But
Yeah,
you
that's
you
why I
got to
said them
be in the
other
pits
dogs.
to you got to be in the pits to know the different bloodlines and strains though. So that's tough.
That's why I
Well,
was saying earlier, like them other dogs ain't pit bulls. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a different strain, bro.
There
That
you
ain't no
go.
strain. That's a different whole cook up. That's a whole recipe. That's a
There
whole
you
nother dish.
go.
Okay, bro. Like I had big tall ass pit bulls, bro. I bred pit bulls in high school. Big 100-pound pit bulls, bro. So I ain't new to the pit bulls.
What blood you were
And like I
playing with?
say, I just got the bitch DNA tested, and the bitch come back 100%.
He said, "What blood you was playing with?"
That was Razor Edge and Gotti. You know that shit go back to the watchdogs and shit like that. Them some big ass dogs.
but them the mixes though.
Say that again.
I heard them the ones that be. That's what I got
The
too. But them the ones I heard
So
they the
Razor's Edge. I never knew Razor's Edge went back to Watchdog or or Gotti.
Razor Edge and Gotti, like that's I guess them two bloodlines came together or some shit.
I
But
mean, I'm asking you. I mean, you
Razor
tell me.
Edge is separate. Razor Edge is separate from Got It.
I mean, I know because I dealt with Edge dog. I mean, I did. I'm
Yeah,
not just a pig. I had bullies too.
yeah. You can look at. I send you a picture of my girl. I mean, not my girl, but
Yeah, but
big
you
girl.
be
She
honest, bro.
blue and white.
Razor's Edge and Gotti probably the reason why the bully world is so mixed up because they left the dogs, and now those dogs are kind of like the zombies. You know what I'm saying? Of the world,
Yep,
because like
yep,
you saying, they started mixing the ones that came out looking staffy
yep,
together
yep.
to get them as big as they could.
Pitbull on steroids.
They started, leaving that pit bull body that Yellow is talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now
And
all
going
we
more to the
yeah,
Amstel.
so now what we got is a whole bunch of F1s that's still
Mm-hmm.
being created the same way.
You're right. So Yellow, I know they separate, but you feel Amstaff and Pitbull separate, two different dogs.
I would have to say that the AM staff. I mean, because what did they use to make an AM staff? They didn't throw in no another breed. Them they just watered down the pit bull and changed the temperament and stopped. They didn't want it to be as hot because they didn't want it to be involved in dog fight. I'm gonna say the same dog,
It,
but
yeah,
just for the sake of
they
argument.
basically.
But for the sake of arguing, we'll just say
Mm,
they separate. We'll just say they separate dog. But you got some people out there that's breeding am staff that's real gamey. They not real
yeah,
AKC like the dog we were talking about earlier.
yeah.
People
They just.
it's people that breed am staffs that don't look like the dog we were talking about earlier, the Brundle dog.
Mm-hmm.
Not real stocky, kind of bully looking or whatever. I know people that But I've known people that have had dogs that were real gamey, but they were
Yeah.
AKC AM staffs.
Yeah, what I'm saying too. It was explained to me as a kid, bro. Like the Amstaffs was just to show Pitbull. That's what they showed as a Pitbull. Then
Yeah,
they changed the
Mm-hmm.
name Amstaff, put it in the ring.
it comes out so clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Yeah,
a
because
model. Like we
yeah,
like
they
thick bitches and fat booties, but a model is a slim chick with a bunch of clothes on. You know what I'm saying?
would you say she look like she hungry?
Who?
Nah, not all of them.
Neil Mack, you said earlier, you said the pit bull be looking hungry. And he
Yeah,
just said slim and no, slim and lean. So I'm saying, you think the models that be strutting, they be hungry?
Yeah, them hoes look hungry to me.
but they
I'm gonna
fit though.
tell.
That's
But no,
I'm tell
that's
you.
I get what you're
fit
saying
for.
though. Like you got an athletic chick, that's a fit chick. You know what I mean? So that's what the pit bull's supposed. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
tell you like this, man. That's how I'm gonna tell you. I know, what I'm saying, that the pit bull and the am staff is a big argument, but I'm gonna tell you this: the pit bull and the am staff is totally different breeds right now. They might have
Mm-hmm.
been the same
Now,
30 years ago, but
hmm
Mm-hmm.
right now they are totally different breeds right now. Now, what they
hmm
was 30 years ago, they was the same. They was like this. I'm with you. I hear you. But right now, I don't think so. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a different. It's gonna give you, and I'm talking about a real am staff. Like, it's gonna give you more of that bully
Right. Look.
phenotype,
Mm-hmm.
right?
hmm
But they can't get away
Where
from the face though.
Can't
yeah,
get
but
away from the
Space.
face.
the face don't even look the
Yeah,
same. The
yeah.
face don't even
I've
look.
had a, I've
The
had a,
head
I've
don't
had
look.
a litter. That motherfuckers look staffy in the face like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Bro, go look.
Big blocky
Go
muzzle and
look.
shit.
Go look at I think they call Bazoo Town Am staffs on Instagram. Go look at them. Those Am staffs do not look like a pit bull at all. Like Yellow Dog right there, they don't look like that.
Mm-mm.
The phenotype is totally different, and the face is totally different. The jaws,
Yeah, the
the
Yeah,
jaw.
it's totally different. The head
Mhm.
but
size,
But
I bet
totally.
you they throw some. I bet you they throw some terriers every now and then.
yeah,
I'm not
because
saying
if you put that
I'm not
beside
saying it
a
don't.
bully, it don't have
I'm
the
not.
top skull or the it don't have that top to bottom jaw, that top skull. It
Mm-hmm.
don't have none of that stuff that
Yeah.
the registry called for.
You got that big wide chest on the am stab. You got that. You got that. Those kind of like those bully legs where the legs is so tight to the chest. You can barely even see the legs. Whereas on a pit bull, you can see the legs. On Yellow's dog, you can see the legs. You can see where they start and stop. But those am stabs, you can't even tell like where they
I,
start and they
I,
stop. It's totally different.
a lot of that shortness and shit come from inbreeding too. They keep inbreeding to get something that should make your dog smaller. It might sometimes make the bones, you know what I'm saying, not as thick.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, you right about that.
Well, we see that a lot with the pit bulls.
So they probably got that look on the kennel you was talking about and kept doing it and started getting those short legs and shit.
Yeah, and as far as the
And then
bone, like I know, like in my kennel, I want to add bone. I want a heavier, not too much bone, but I want a thicker boned. I want to produce thicker boned dogs. And I
come over
got
here,
some
I got a
female.
puppy for you, bro.
Huh?
You got a puppy for you.
You got bullies though.
I just told you what the DNA said though.
Oh, okay. But now, what I was
They
gonna
ain't no
say is
told that boy.
now what I was gonna say is I got some studs on my yard that's
Mm,
going to uh add more bone
for sure, yeah.
to the pups. Yeah, I
Mm,
don't want no bully bone on my pets. I don't want that much. But you didn't see,
nah,
some of them bone be real, be real fine. I just want to continue in the future to produce heavier bonded pit bulls.
mm, more durable.
Yeah, more do. I don't want the bully bone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
don't want it like that. I don't want
I might
bone
have
like
seen some pictures, bro. I don't know if you've seen some of my dogs yet. They don't look like the bullies you might think.
man, y'all
no,
in the
I'm,
same
I'm
state. All three of y'all could really do
Yeah,
something. Well, y'all in the Carolinas, but
yeah. You see
um,
that bitch right there on my page right there?
yeah, oh yeah. I checked you out on Instagram. I
Okay,
think I
okay.
did.
Well, that ain't really my original Instagram, so there ain't too much shit on there. But yeah, she you don't think Kit Kat look like a pit bull right there? She her bones and shit too thick.
yeah,
yeah.
I would say them
Yeah,
bones too thick.
I would say yeah. I would say she just a little. But no, because she just she bully. She a
Yeah,
little bit
she
too
very
thick.
yeah,
Yeah.
You said
yeah.
she too thick for you?
And I ain't saying too thick, but she a little bit too thick to be a pit bull.
Pit bull. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, more Amstel, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's
definitely.
what I would say. Yeah, yeah, but she a nice looking dog though. I like her ears.
Yeah.
Well, ears sit on her, got a natural ear set.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, she pretty. And she red and white or she Merle.
Merle
She
and
might.
White. Red Merle.
But
Yeah.
she a red nose.
Red Merle.
Okay, yeah. She pretty.
Yeah.
She already got that
Appreciate it,
work.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I
Y'all
like
all
Yeah.
her.
got that work.
No,
Yeah,
I have, yeah. I mean, I have. Sometimes I still throw terrier type dogs too, bro. But a lot less now. But earlier,
Uh-huh.
I'm working on my damn fourth generation now. So shit tightening up. I really don't get that terrier in
So
there
when you
hard.
say generation, let me ask you this. When you say generation, you talking about top and bottom productions?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, you've been putting it in. Because
yeah.
some
I've been
people that
working, man.
produce one dog, what you think about when some people make a production and they'll say that's a generation?
It ain't. If the paperwork ain't tell you it's the next generation, it ain't. That bitch will tell you second generation, third generation when you sit there and get that paperwork back.
No. I'm saying like top and bottom. Like, do you consider the you producing the mama and then the producing the daddy?
That's first
That's a
generation.
generation. And then
Yeah,
the puppy off of those
if you
two.
bought that bitch, that's not a generation.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Y'all cook it, man. Y'all cook it.
Yeah,
Y'all
like some
definitely.
people, I like to produce a family of dogs, man. Some people just breed. I produce that family, get that look. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's how you produce. That back to branding now. So
Mhm.
So
you got that
let
look,
me ask
everybody
you
know
this.
your brand. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. What's your take on inbreeding? What's y'all
I
take on
don't
inbreeding?
I don't really do it. I have done
It's
it.
the art form.
I have done it, but I rather lion breed than inbreed.
Good.
I did it to start my
Yeah,
kennel,
Okay.
yeah.
to
I
Okay.
start
mean,
my
if you
blood.
I
true,
respect that.
Yeah.
if you got a look and a temperament you want, you know what I'm saying? Why not inbreed it?
But
I
would you
went
do it
I
again?
went I bought the father, then I skipped the breeding and then went back to him and got a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Waited till she got two and put them together.
The
And that's how you
granddaughter
got
and
big mama.
yeah.
So that's your blood then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, round of applause, man. Round of applause.
Put in that
Oh
work.
yeah,
Round of-
round of applause for that.
Took a little
Yeah,
shortcut, you know what I mean? But
I respect it. I respect it. So
Yeah,
Yella,
I
What's
got
going on,
one.
bro?
I think I might run back to the grandma now.
who that? Who you think about running? I got you, Yella. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, my son called her Nike, but little Nipsey and my girl, two
Oh,
bulls.
okay.
That's his grandma.
Oh, so you about to run that together?
I'm thinking about it.
Mm,
Thinking about it.
hmm. So Yella,
And
what's the
then
bloodline you're working with?
mhm.
Well, I mean, I could go back with the old, like everybody say the old stuff, but I'm gonna keep it more up to date and more current. I'm gonna say I run Big Mud and Maddie Blood.
Mm,
Big Mud and Mad Maddie.
man, Natty.
Yeah,
Damn, bro,
Big Mud, Whiteheads, Big Mud, and Mad Maddie.
I feel like the loot when it comes to that shit because I'm used to Kobe and G Cowboy.
Yeah,
You
but
know
see,
what I
but
mean?
now, Big Mud was a Jeep Red Boy dog,
Okay, okay,
and
okay,
Mad Maddie was she's a heavy rascal bred dog.
okay.
Yeah, so I could say that's what I'm saying.
That's why I
Like what
said.
you were
That's why you
saying,
said I'm gonna
Duro.
keep it more modern because yeah,
Yeah, because
I got you.
I could easily see it, and I that's something that I wanted to kind of get away from too. Like it ain't nothing wrong with paying homage to to the
But
Jeeps and the.
these newer dogs,
Yeah, but yeah, Mud was born in 2001.
yeah, and them other
Right.
So
dogs was
yeah,
born in what 1970.
who to my G? Yeah, G was born like in
Yeah,
77, 76, 70, something like that in the 70s. Yeah, when he was born.
Eli, and
Eli
all
was
that
born, I
shit.
think, maybe in the 60s or the
Hmm.
50s. I mean, not 50s, but I think Eli was born in the 60s or the 70s. I
Yeah,
think,
that's
yeah.
what I was running. I was running Eli G, Little Midnight Cowboy, Old Family Red.
Okay, all right.
hey, but some
Ain't
people got a problem with
Carver
recalling names. They saying why are we recalling names? We should be moving forward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that's what
saying.
he was
Yeah,
saying. That's what Yellow was
yeah.
saying. That's what Yellow was
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Mm-hmm. I had that discussion on another podcast. And we came up with the same topic, and they were like, "Well, why not give homage to them?" I'm like, "Well, I know it's the old dog, but let's get these new dogs some shine."
Yeah. Then when you do your
Yeah,
research, you can find out where they come from, right?
right, right.
Yeah, but you ain't done enough work yet, though. You know
Who
what I mean?
ain't did somebody new dogs?
new
Yeah,
dog.
like you can't just give yourself flowers. You ain't put in enough work. That's why you still calling out those names because they brought a specific thing to the game.
What if that certain dog made a name for itself to where you can like Remy. You know, Remy was never a bloodline, but I got that Remy blood. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Hold on one second. I'm about to mute my mic.
Right. So I
Hmm.
think, you know,
So
I think
what if you 6 generations in? I got me a Neil Mac dog, but I'm 6 generations in. Can I call it Grady Kennel dog now?
well, when you I think it's good football talk, a good barbershop talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in the bully world. That's all
Hmm.
that, you know, I got this and I got that, you know, when I added this and I added that. It's a way to identify or to trace
Yeah. Where your
what you
dog?
got,
Yeah.
what you're cooking.
Hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise you're just gonna have a whole bunch of question marks.
Yeah.
Like it. Like it. Definitely like it.
Now, you were saying
Cook.
something about Remy.
Just saying Remy was never. He was so popular that he was never a bloodline, but it was like I got Remy blood, but it was
But I'm
like
gonna tell you
never.
something about Remy though. He could produce his butt off. He threw
Yeah.
himself. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. He did. And that's one thing I would. And he will bite you. That them Remy dolls will bite too. They would bite.
Damn right.
But he threw himself. He
And that's what you
reproduced
were saying
himself.
about Hulk, right? He didn't throw himself a lot.
Yeah.
Because I think that man's something different. He just different. Like Shaq didn't have another Shaq. You feel me?
Well, as
And
far
none of
as
his
as
kids
far
big
as
as
the
him.
size,
But he
the
might have
height,
a grandkid.
they
He might
got
have
up
a
to his height.
grandkid his size.
Yeah,
Huh?
they got up to his height. His son, maybe 6'8", 6'9", but they didn't get
Hmm.
thick like they daddy. They were
Yeah.
lean.
The
But he
Shacks.
may have a grandkid come out look just like it from his daughter, right?
They probably, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how are we gonna recreate something that's magic? Sometimes you can't even make you can't even make it better. Like I
You're
really
right.
don't think there will ever be another Michael Jordan, even though we can call
Nope,
out teams who's come close.
nope.
But will there really be another Michael Jordan? Will there really be somebody better than Michael Jordan?
That's what
Mm.
his brother
That's
was. You heard about that shit? They say
Larry.
his brother was better than him, bro.
Not proven
Yeah,
though.
it says he did. Michael Jordan said out of his own mouth.
Yeah, he did
If
say
his
that.
brother would have made it to the end, you would have never heard about him.
Yeah, yeah.
But you
Larry,
know,
Larry,
some of those
Larry was
great dogs, we might not even see them, bro. They in
yeah,
people's backyard in their house chilling, like living regular life.
yeah.
That's one reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
But we
agree.
keep looking at this paperwork, man. We can put something together, like you say. Look through the paperwork, see which one hitting on what, put them together, make something magic.
Mix it all up, call it Pro Tools.
But that shit don't
I
really
would
work
think
like that,
the
though.
only way to reproduce magic is lots of trial and error. And once in a blue moon, you get perfection. Well, yeah,
True
you
indeed.
look at it like that. Yeah, you look at it like that. Absolutely, man.
That's true,
You
though. There's
do
so
it.
many variations, man. It's hard to pinpoint what you're gonna get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're talking about the variations of the, and what the dogs can throw, like crazy, crazy,
Yeah, it's
man.
kind of hard though, because people done gave away they stars that they could have kept.
Right, right.
You know, you might need money, you might need the space, other ideas. And then that
Hmm.
breeder come back 2-3 years later with a smash.
Yep, I agree. It's been a good cook up, man. Know what I mean, I appreciate y'all brothers coming up on the panel, having this barbershop talk about these dogs that we love so much. You know what I mean, y'all could be doing anything else, but y'all show love. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all. Um,
It's all good,
we'll
bro.
cook on Sunday. We'll
On
cook on
Sunday.
Sunday. I appreciate you, y'all. Yeah,
Okay,
if
then.
y'all if
Okay.
y'all If y'all free, we'll do part 2 to that to the pedigrees and go back to the we was about to cook on shows before my mic went out somehow, but
Right.
um so we could bring part 2 back and it'll be probably just as good as this joint. Um so I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I mean? All love, you know what I mean? And this has been a good cook up, man. If y'all can hit that like button for me and y'all all can comment under the joint, I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
So for
Um,
sure.
you know what I mean? So I see y'all on the panel on Sunday, and I'll talk to y'all in our group chat. You know what I
All right,
mean?
later. Okay.
Later.
For sure.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right,
Peace.
later.
Man.